Oh my god, this is so much fun. Alright guys, well with Ulduar pretty much out already, I figured I would make a video about my experience on the PTR. And one thing that I really didn't expect was how fun the Auriella boss is. Ariana? Auriaya? The Cat Lady boss. The Cat Lady boss is extremely fun for rogues. Whenever I was doing this, I was a combat rogue to make it extra fun, but I would imagine it's pretty fun as an assassination rogue as well. I'm not entirely sure what the parse meta will be on this fight, but this is just what I was doing whenever I was playing around. To get things started, you pull the boss in a really weird and particular way where distract is extremely useful. If you're not a long-time rogue player, you might not know, but the spell effect for distract is actually larger than the visual indicator, and you can also gain a little bit of distance on the distract cast range by jumping right before you do it. After the boss is pulled, basically all the cats that are around her will jump onto somebody, and hopefully they don't instantly kill somebody, so that way you can get a real shot at the boss. If somebody doesn't die on pull, then you know that it's a real attempt and you can go ahead and pop your cooldowns. For this, you should have your Titan Steel Spellblade with Berserking on in your main hand, and either Rod of the Sun King with Berserking also, or Fell Striker with Mongoose on in the offhand. I think Rod is a little bit better because you can put Berserking on it and it's a small number of targets. After you make sure that you have the right weapons on, you can go ahead and pop Blade Flurry, Adrenaline Rush, and just spam Phantom Knives like crazy for massive AoE damage. Be sure to swap your weapons back when you're done spamming Fan. I chose to Killing Spree while I still had all of my proc effects up, but looking back at it, I think it might be better to save your Killing Spree to negate the first fear if you're not an undead rogue. The Cat Lady periodically does an AoE physical fear, which means that you can't cloak the effect. But what does work is vanishing right at the end of the cast, which seems to be pretty easy. It's a lot easier than the My Exna web wrap. I was able to do it 2 out of 2 times, but you can also Killing Spree the entire effect of the fear. Because of the duration of the fight and the ability to negate the fear with Killing Spree, you're definitely going to want to run Glyph of Killing Spree on progression, and you'll be able to Killing Spree straight through 2 fears and vanish another fear, which should be all of the fears in the fight. You might get another one if your DPS is pretty low, but she seems to fear about once a minute, and so you can Killing Spree the first one, vanish the middle one, and then Killing Spree the last one also. Because of this, you probably want to run Glyph of Fan of Knives, Glyph of Killing Spree, and Glyph of Adrenaline Rush if you don't have to expose. That's at least what I did because I had a second combat rogue with me. But you probably won't have a second rogue exposing, so go ahead and replace the Glyph of Adrenaline Rush with the Glyph of Expose Armor. We did a lot of other stuff on the PTR, but nothing really stuck out as like a really fun or enjoyable experience other than this boss. This boss was just a great, fun thing to do on a rogue, which is weird. This boss is really forgettable. I really just don't think about it all that much at all. But actually going through and doing it, every single Ulduar clear, I am just looking forward to this. It's the forefront of my mind. We just got to rush past Koligarn so that way I can get to this Cat Lady fight and pump some huge damage. You get to use all of the fun tools that make Rogue the class that it is, and almost to their full effect. I mean, there's nothing really to cloak, but other than that, you are really cycling through everything that you can do. Distract, vanish, everything, massive AoE damage. So, yeah, it's a blast. If you watch the whole video, please consider subscribing. I'm working on a lot bigger and better things in the future, and you don't want to miss out.